Koi, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's all good. Hello everyone. Welcome everyone to join today's webinar. We probably is going to wait about 3 minutes for other attendees to join the webinar. Then we are going to start around in 3 minutes. Okay. Well, I think it's maybe it's time for us to start. And first of all, thanks for everyone's time again to join today's webinar. And also great honor to invite Mr. Koi from Portcoast Consultant Corporation. So we are going to have the joint webinar to introduce more about the DJI drones operation together with Portcoast solution. We do have the case study before, so today is mainly to introduce more details. So after today's webinar, you can also go to the DJI YouTube channel, and also if you wanted to see the recording of this webinar, you can also go DJI Google Drive, or you can send the email to me. So we are going to send you the webinar recording. So before we hand over to Mr. Coy to introduce more about the Portcoast, the solution, I just want to share a little bit about background of the port opportunity, especially for the Southeast Asia, and also how the DJI Enterprise drones has been used in port scenario in different use case. So globally, the port, especially for the sea transport, is the most important the global economy transport model. And especially if we look at it for the Southeast Asia, the definitely like for the Philippines, Vietnam, and also for Indonesia, it's the sea country. There is so many, over hundreds of the port. So Philippines, Vietnam, and also Indonesia probably also share most majority of the port in Southeast Asia. So this is also we do the case study with particles in Vietnam, and especially the first port in the Ho Chi Minh. So this is a static from Statista in the 2020, but we do believe even for the 2024, we think the total the port quantity is almost the same as the 2020. So it's going to be very important for us to say what the drones technology can implement more the benefit to the port the traditional operation. So we do have a different the use case. The first one is the sensible relates to the DJI dock, which make it possible to have automatic part monitoring. So we do some of the case in Indonesia. So this is one of the case we have done with our local distributor Hollow Robotics. It's one of the port we do deploy the dock to, and hopefully in the future we are going to have the dock suite, which is going to have better coverage. So in this case, we are going to be able to use DJI dock, which is automatic dock operation. So we don't need the pilots. We just put the dock somewhere in the port so that we are going to automatically or remotely to cover most of the terminals. That is going to save a lot of time for the pilots and to transport between the different terminals inside of the port. So the typical use case, like we could have the room, the cameras to have the RTB real-time situation awareness. So we could use room in and room out, and also to record videos. That we could have the real-time, the daytime, the port management or the traffic monitoring. And also we can do some of the thermal detections, especially for the container port. So we can find the hotspot area and especially some of the dangerous area. So the thermal applications will be also used for the night to detect the intruders or some of the illegal deals. So the benefit for the dock is that we don't need the pilot. The dock can do the 24/7 operations, and especially dramatically saving the transport time between the different terminals of the port. Have the drone operation or the use case, especially for the survey and the mapping, especially the port is continuously designed, constructed, and to adding more and more infrastructure. So geospatial application is also one of the key applications for the drones. This is also what we have done with Portcoast in Vietnam. So this is also the key study we have released last month. So we do have the videos on the DJI YouTube channel. If you do have the port customer, especially they have interest for the geospatial, no matter for the digital twin of the port, or they wanted to have detailed the base map for the daily operation management, you could use, or you can go to the DJI YouTube channel, the enterprise. You can see the more details of the case study. So this is a typical use case for the seaport, for the container port, and with a large area, we could use the different design models, including the LiDAR or the geospatial, the P1 or the Mavic 3E, for the different purpose, including the infrastructure inspection or the detailed, the geospatial, the GIS or the BIM application, the base map. So we also really appreciate for the cooperation with Portcoast, which is very professional, the port consultants company, and together with the multiple the technologies, including drone and also the traditional the laser or the traditional ground, the geospatial equipment survey. So great honor for me. So we invite Portcoast the director, and also I'm going to hand over the webinar to Mr. Koi.
All right. Thank you, Vic. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay. I would like to share my screen. So just some brief introduction. So my presentation about podcast technology will focus more on the practical use of advanced survey equipment into building information modeling, BIM, and also geospatial information system, GIS. Then also GeoAI and digital twins is a part of our workflow that you can know more through our website. So Portcoast Consultant Corporations or Portcoast was established in 2004 as a joint stock company under Ministry of Transport, Vietnam. But we have fully became a private enterprise in 2006. And then over the past 30 years of experience, uh, Portcoast has become a prominent consultancy in port and coastal engineering, recognized in Vietnam and also internationally for our expertise in design, in surveying, and now digital transformations within the AEC sector. So the company is supported by a team of more than 200 professionals from many fields such as surveying, design, and also IT. Many of our team members hold advanced certifications, international certifications, particularly in BIM and GIS, and also surveying. So, Portcoast has been ranked first in design supervision and verification consultancy for Vietnam's waterway and port sector for multiple consecutive years. So, with extensive experience, Portcoast has completed numbers of projects in Vietnam, but also international like Cambodia, Myanmar, Thailand, UAE, Egypt, spanning areas such as ports, maritime structures, access channels, soil improvement, and now digital transformations. So, uh, Bocos also holds legal ownership and licensing rights for advanced equipment technologies and software in surveying. Uh, we do use a lot of terrestrial laser scanner, mobile mapping equipment, unmanned surface vessel with multi-beam echo sounder for bathymetric survey. But regarding DJI joint and sensor, you can see this is the number of equipment we have to further enhancing our capabilities in data collections and analysis for our projects. So this advanced equipment from DJI, help us establish the leadership in port infrastructure digitalizations and also our strong presence across Southeast Asia and beyond. So this is the workflow, architecture workflow that we have at Portcoast. So, with the extraordinary development of information technology, big data, artificial intelligence, IoT, has strongly driven the global adoptions of advanced survey equipment, building information modeling, BIM, and geographic information system, GIS, and also digital twins. So this technology not only optimize the work process, but also enhance sustainability and safety of constructions. So given the unique nature of ports and coastal projects carried out by POCOS, the deployment of advanced survey equipment like DJI equipment has been mandatory. So I would like to show a short video of the projects mentioned in the case study from DJI. I think DJI has released the video on their YouTube channel. You guys can uh, stop by and have a clearer look. But this is another version, more practical version that we want to show. So we use digital transformation in seaport and infrastructure, utilizing DJI enterprise technology. So this is the Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu province. So it's the biggest port system in Vietnam. Uh, Comprehensive, uh, over 20 kilometer of the seaports along the shoreline and multiple industrial zones behind this port system. So we utilize DJI drones, a lot of the sensors and external sensors uh, to do surveying and reality capture of this seaport. So we for this big scale projects, we can utilize multiple drones and multiple sensors to capture the entire area in a very short time. Compared to traditional method, we have saved up, more than one-tenth of the time to do the survey. And traditional method, the survey is on usually points and very simple contour map. But now using DJI technology, we can capture everything in high detail 3D resolutions. For example, this is the LiDAR point clouds of the entire port system. We're not talking about one port, but almost 100 big seaports, and area that for port development in the future as well. So from the point cloud data, we can do a lot of classifications. Now DJI Modify also support classification of buildings, uh, land, ground, utility system. Yeah. So using this technology, we can capture high detail of these ports, existing ports, and future port development area. And it's very simple to make maps with big scale using the cluster support as well. So we have a cluster system of 15 computers to process such a big like enormous data in very short time. So you can see this is the 3D reality capture of the entire port system. So using this 3D model, we can do a lot of things. So with Portcoast, we do the master plan for the entire port system in this area. With private sector for each port, we also do design consultancy, construction supervisions, and design optimization using these 3D models. So we can. This is very only DJI equipment can help us to capture big scale data, but with precise accuracy. A lot of aerial survey equipment can capture large scale, but they don't have much detail and also accuracy compared to DJI technology. So uh, in this video, we also combine some of the terrestrial laser scanner for ground-based and indoor data capture. So we can utilize DJI equipment with multiple survey equipment to create the most comprehensive uh, map, 3D model of all infrastructure in this gigantic seaport system. So inside of tunnels or indoor where we cannot utilize drone mappings, you see we are forced to use terrestrial laser scanner also, and also mobile mapping system mounted on cars to enhance the accuracy and the data capture of the entire project. So during the construction, and project supervision, we will continuously conduct a survey of the port site using drones and 360 data capture. So this input is very valuable for the planning stage, the designing stage, and also the construction stage. So with the data collection, we can also use to optimize the design. For example, in this, you can see the point cloud data capture from the LiDAR, ZMUS L2. and also some of the terrestrial laser scanner, we can combine with the new design model, and then we will detect some of the conflicts, the clash between the new design, which is the yellow, and the existing data capture. Or using with the photogrammetric sensor from the Zenmus P1, we can combine the reality capture and the new design of the conveyor in purple, and then we can see the conflict between the new design of the ports and the existing condition. So we can either adjust the design or we have to remove existing structure. And this information from the joints and the sensor really help us enhance the optimizations of the design. So during the construction and supervision process, like I said, we use the drones. I think right now we also have the Dock 2 and upcoming Dock 3, like Vic just has introduced. Every day, the drones from the dock can capture some of the key locations of the port site. So every stakeholders can see the process of the site uh, at key location to keep track of the project. And on this platform, we also combine CCTV cameras to enhance the real-time connection of the drone's data. So, from the Zenmus L2 is very helpful in some of the uh, construction supervisions and structure monitoring. So you can see in this one on the top left is the point cloud data capture from the Zenmus L2 and combined with the terrestrial laser scanner. And on the bottom left, we have the design BIM models in design 3D BIM models. So using the survey capture and the design model, we can directly compare them. You can see the right image in red. So after comparing them, we will see the difference in elevations, for example, and then using the drone's images, we can see uh, the actual image and the difference analysis, and then we know what's happening on site. So using this for the entire port, for example, this is the container plinth. It's the same thing for other structure as well. We can compare the design model and the point cloud data from the Zenmus L2, and we can know which component has been constructed correctly or badly, or which one has been done, which one has not been completed. So we can keep track of the entire project using this advanced equipment. Then after the comparison, we will have dashboards where the beam component, after they compare with the point clouds, we can know which component is finished, which is not, and then visualize them on a comprehensive dashboard for all the stakeholders to see and keep track with the projects. So, if there's an incident happen, uh, we can see the drones equipped with advanced sensor are deployed to capture high resolution images and also 360 uh, camera. And then this data can be used to uh, compare with the BIM as-built model uh, and allowing the investor to remotely view the site condition without have to be being on site. So for existing ports, we then combining you see on the left, there's the reality capture from Zenmus P1, and we can do classifications that connect this 3D model with its information model, with its 2D design drawings, with all the paper documents as well. So and you can imagine a big city or big ports on each building, each port you click on, you have all the information, from paper to 2D to 3D, connected uh, on the BIM platform. So yeah, that's just a short presentation from my side where we have utilized a lot of DJI technology into our workflow. Uh, Maybe you can view more information on our website and in the Q&A sessions. Thank you. Let's get
Thank
back
you.
to you.
It's coming. Yeah. Just before we go to the QA session, in order someone wanted to say our case study videos, so we just want to show two of the case study videos we present in today's webinar. So the first one, it's the Vietnam case, the Portcoast. Um, so we can just go. So let me share again. So the first one is for the Vietnam Portcoast case. You can just go to the DJI Enterprise YouTube channel. It's from our partner Portcoast. This is going to be YouTube videos you can share to the end users or about your internal team. The question could be any about the DJI hardware or the equipment, or it's about the solution from Portcoast. Um, I think Ms. Coy, we just got one question. It's about how we are going to define when we are going to use LiDAR, when we are going to use photogrammetry for the port scenario. Like you
Yes,
just mentioned the different the technologies, like the different workflow. One is for the geospatial, another one for the LiDAR. So which one we are going to prefer to use LiDAR, when we are going to prefer to use geospatial?
yes, very good. Thank you for your question, Vic. So, right now, photogrammetric sensor give you a high detail images and also very high detail photogrammetric, 3D mesh. However, the accuracy of the mesh sometimes is not fully accurate compared to the LiDAR from the Zenmus L2. Uh, that's why if we focus into the inspection, the visualizations, easy understand for a lot of the stakeholders, we then use the Zenmus P1. When we want to focus on the accuracy, the point clouds, then we use the Zenmus L2. Also, some of the ports, they have a lot of trees. In Vietnam ports, some of the ports they have a lot of trees. So the if we want to survey the terrain of the road surface or the land under those vegetations, we have to use them as L2 because the photogrammetric sensor cannot penetrate to see the ground layer under these vegetations. Yes. Second one is the Zenmus L2 with the LiDAR processing, also supporting the classification now. So it will help us increase the time of making a topographic map, including electrical wires, trees, buildings, ground layer. So the L2 will enhance this process a lot. Why? Yeah, that's basically depends on your focus. Then we choose between the P1 or the L2.
Yeah, also the follow question is what is the height for the L2, or if you also use third party, the drone the LiDAR, what will be the recommended the LiDAR, the flight height?
Yes. So for the port structure, our optimized altitude for the drones is 80 meter to 60 meter. At the key area, because the crane is very high, so to ensure the safety of equipment, we always have to fly higher than the crane maximum reach. So also the crane, the quay crane, the key crane. Sometimes they put their crane down like this one. Sometimes they put them up. So to ensure the accuracy, we always have to fly higher than the maximum reach of the cranes.
Yeah,
Yes, I hope
thanks,
that's
Mr.
answered Mr. Gary questions.
I think it's also a follow question. It's about what is the software you are using to stitch and land and water.
Yes, I think say your question is relating to the bathymetric survey that we did. So when we do for the ports, we also carry out the multi-beam eco sounder for the underwater terrain, uh, then terrestrial laser scanner on land, and LiDAR and photogrammetric sensor in aerial using aerial drones. So we do have a lot of software like Leica and Trimble to do this kind of combinations. Yes, but with just the LiDAR, we have the DJI Terra is very good enough.
Yeah, I think the follow question is also about the L2, about how from the Zimu's L2.
Yes. So for Andy, the accuracy for the Zenmuse L2 vary from by default they vary from around 2 centimeters, but because we have our own technique of laser terrestrial laser scanner as well, so we can use this small data in some of the locations to enhance the accuracy of the L2 into around 1 centimeter accuracy range.
Um, I guess it's mainly about a user experience regarding the Terra and also other the GIS, the software platform from the Portcoast team experience.
Yes. So you have seen in our video or on our website, we do have a lot of other solution regarding aerial survey. However, throughout multiple years of R&D, we have chosen discharge as our main uh, technology because we think DJI Terra is, not just DJI Terra, but DJI Joint Solutions is, one of the best in the market right now. And DJI Terra, its first advantage is directly support the DJI Joint Solution. And for the processing, we have done compare a lot of software, but right now we think DJI Terra is the fastest one in processing aerial data, and also not just single computation, but also for the cluster. The cluster system from DJI Terra multiply, the fast processing efficiency, a lot more.
Yeah, we do get another question. Uh, have you ever tried to process or stitch the mapping of water to other software? I guess it's still the question how to stitch the mapping of the water and the land with other different platforms.
Yes, so I think these questions we for mapping the water we will have to use the multi-beam eco sounder, and we have a lot of software for processing those multi-beam data. For example, HiPack uh, is one of the software. Then to combine all the point clouds together, like I think Xavier questions because all data will be aerial or terrestrial or bathymetrical. We will export into a point clouds, and then the point clouds can be used in a lot of software like the Global Mapper, Civil 3D, Leica, Trimble to combine together. And of course, we will have our own know-how how to combine this data, but also ensure the accuracy of all this data.
Yeah, I think the next question is for mine. Is Terra more competitive in price compared to other comparable software? Um, I guess probably the Terra is most cost effective. I think the price is normally is lower than other the mapping or the modeling software, and also the feature is almost the same as our competitors. So we do think that Terra has the price advantage. If you want to know more about the DJI Terra price, we recommend to contact the DJI local dealer, or you can also go to the DJI website. You can find the online store. You can find the rough price of the DJI Tower regarding the different versions. But we do believe Terra has the price advantage. Mr. Coy, I guess another one is still about the post process. What BIM, the BIM software, does Portcoast team use?
Uh, I think in the presentation that I have shown before about our architecture workflow, I think the best BIM platform right now to use is from Autodesk. Uh,
Yeah.
so when the point cloud and all the mesh exported from the software usually comes in the format that supports Autodesk software. Like when you Revit, the point cloud must be in a recap file, or the mesh has to be in FBX or OBJ format. I hope that's answered your questions.
Another question is from Andy. How often a port usually needs to be serviced in your experience? And also, I want to add one question follow this one. So according to the customer port demand, whether Portcoast is going to provide just the service, or you can also provide the solution, and the local dealer or the service company they can conduct the service by themselves, or it has to be the Portcoast team to do the service.
Yes. So first question, how often a port usually need to be surveyed? So this really depends on the requirement of the client. In Vietnam, yearly a port has to be resurveyed to do the examinations of structure. However, some ports right now that we're working for, in the construction phase, we do regularly survey. With terrestrial laser scanner, we do every day for the construction area. With the drone survey, we can do weekly for the LiDAR or photogrammetric scan. But every day, like the Dock 2 that Vic has shown, every day the Dock 2 can fly out at key location and capture images of the site in just one less than an hour, you know, and then everyone can know the actual situation on site. Uh, what's the next question, Vic? The service consultancy by Portcoast?
Yeah, like if there is a port customer in other countries, not in Vietnam, how the local partner to work with Port Coast. It's we
Yes. So you can contact us through the emails on our website, and we can discuss more. But generally, Portcoast can provide you all services from surveying to design to construction supervision. So we specifically don't do the construction, but we do construction supervision using this advanced equipment. Uh, then we do BIM and GIS construction, for the digital twins. With uh, we, if you are international, we can mobilize our equipment to your site. If you already have the equipment, we can come and utilize yours. Or you can do the survey capture and we do the processing. We can discuss that in detail.
Yeah. Okay. Um, the last question is, I think the answer for the drone is not possible, but I still want to ask the question: is that possible to scan below the ocean surface around the port and include structures? I think Portcoast has other solutions for the underwater, the mapping and the scanning.
Yes, uh, looking at description, scan below the ocean surface. Yes, uh, with the multi-beam eco sounder equipment mounted under the USV, so unmanned surface vessel, we can carry out the survey of the water around the port area. Yes. And sometimes, if you want to know the soil profile under the seabed, so not just the seabed underwater, but under the seabed into the ground, we have a sub-bottom profiler. That equipment can combine with physical boreholes, so you can know the foundation soil profile under the port's structure.
Thanks, Ms. Scott. I think probably that all the questions. Yeah, I think it's all the questions we have. Uh, anyone has any other questions? If no, I think we can close today's webinar. I think we have no more other questions. And again, really appreciate for everyone's time, and especially thanks a lot for Ms. Koi from Podcoast to share their professional knowledge. So if anyone has the interest about the solution, you can just send the email to the Mr. Koi, or you can just send the email from the Podcoast website. If you also want to get the document for today's webinar, if you are the DJI dealer, you can also send the email to the DJI local solution engineer. If also the customer you also want to know, you can reach out to the DJI local dealer, and then we can provide more information. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to end today's webinar. Thank you again, Mr. Coin.
Thank you. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, everyone who has joining. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye bye.